Hello, everybody. If you're watching this, yeah, new live stream. I'll just wait a few minutes for people to join, a few seconds. But basically, with this, it's going to be a nice, chilled stream. Really, that's definitely the idea. Nothing too sort of strenuous or anything. Yeah, basically another sort of nostalgia based thing. Um, I was thinking about things I could do. I've done lots of different things on streams recently, sort of experimenting with things, and some things have worked, and some things haven't worked as well. Um, I was kind of thinking something in the vein of like when you get sort of YouTubers or people who like do study with me videos or like streams of them editing or whatever, like just getting on with a task in the background. I think that could work quite nicely with just flicking through some old promo pics from Doctor Who, because basically, yeah, I myself, I'm trying to sort of accumulate an archive of Doctor Who promo pics. I've got quite a lot of the later ones, sort of in a big folder on my hard drive. But yes, for the earlier seasons, because the images, well, because it's further back in time, and also just because the images are not as easy to find necessarily all the time. Yeah, I haven't got quite as comprehensive an archive of those yet. So what I've got here is this web page. It is a pretty good web page for the early promo pics. So yeah, they sort of go up to where do they go up to? Up to the end of series 9, and then there's also, of course, I mean, if you don't know the oh no, not that. That is not the right thing. That's that weird game thing they've been doing. No. Oh, hold on. Not quite the right page I'm looking for. But yeah, this the section of randomness, far, far away site. No idea who runs it or anything, but it's like it's been around. Seems like forever now. It's your first port of call really for sort of current era promo pics. There's the stuff from Eve the Daleks. Or should give it a shout out actually to the Black Archive, a site which is sort of only appeared relatively recently, but is really good for this sort of thing. It's got all of Doctor Who represented, of course, as well. And yeah, I mean, perhaps we'll look on here as well, because they do have sort of little galleries for each story and things, quite comprehensive. Yeah, so I'll leave that open as a tab in the background, the Black Archive. But yeah, the one I was thinking of going to first is this site here, basically, and just flicking through the stories, and then in the background I might sort of add these to my folder and stuff. But we can also sort of look through them as well and just sort of comment on them, because I think another part of this is the nostalgia. Obviously, a lot of people my age remember these photos and these pictures. It's a very different way these days that we sort of consume these promo pics. Usually these days, when new promo pics are released for a particular episode, like the episode of Flux, for instance, you'll load up Twitter or Far Far Away site or Black Archive or whatever, and they will usually appear like midnight on the Tuesday before an episode is broadcast. And there's sometimes hiccups or sometimes time delays, but usually on Twitter or on one of these sites or whatever, the images will appear, and you've got them, and in high resolution and stuff, and they're all there for you to access. It's very, very different to back in the day. My first series was series 4. If we just find it, tying back into my other stream that I did this week about Doctor Adventures magazine. I mean, that was where you would first see these images, rather than online or whatever on social media. But another part of this as well is that again, in those days before social media and stuff, before we all got onto the internet, like these images and some of the images and lots of the images that we're going to be looking at today, you would find them in books, in like little in the sticker albums, you know, when you used to have the Doctor Who sticker albums from Merlin, I believe. In fact, let's pull them up. The Doctor Who sticker Merlin. Yeah, these. There were 3 of them. There was that one first in 2006, I believe, and that one in 2007 or 8 or whatever. No, must have been 2007. And then this one was in 2008. That was the one that I got. I got all of them apart from like the basically at the end on the final pages they had a couple of pages where the stickers you couldn't actually get them in the packs. You had to wait and like order them online or something because they contained monsters from series 4 and episodes that hadn't broadcast yet. So I'm missing those, but all the rest of them I got. But yeah, see, a lot of these images, you know, for me, like there's a sample page there. I do have my my copy to hand actually, but I won't get it out right now. But they would have, you know, pages dedicated to each episode. They'd go through each episode in turn, and yeah, like you basically see a lot of these images for the first time, you know, through these stickers or whatever. That was how it was. That's how it was done. But also as well in terms of stickers, I think how would I find this? There used to be like little. Have I got it? I might have it to hand somewhere. I'm just trying to think. I might do. I can't quite remember where I put it. But like once there was like back in the day there was like a little tiny book, with like a Sideman on the front, I think. And that had a little, this one, Monster Mini Sticker Book. This one, 200 stickers. Oh god, can you still buy it at Amazon? Sorry. You can. Wow. They had, like, if we just find this, let's find Monster Mini Sticker Book. As it says on the cover, like 200 stickers. They had pages, little pages of stickers. There's a little photo. Let's try and see if we can blur this up. But you know, again, that was. Okay, it's not going to work. I'll have a photo of them. Yeah, again, that was a way. No, why are they not loading? Are any of these photos going to load? Yeah, there's one. I mean, it's very tiny, but it gives you the idea. You can see there like a Studine and Professor Yan and stuff. The gist of what I was trying to say there is that yeah, you know, a lot of these photos I discovered, you know, from series 1 and 2 and 3, whatever, through things like this, you know, 200 stickers there, pages of stickers, and you could like stick them in the book and have a fun time with it. So yeah, we should probably get on to the actual photos themselves, and I need to catch up with the chat. Lots going on that I need to catch up with there. I can see it in the corner of my eye. Oh god, actually, tangent, but that I've got it somewhere. We'll do another video about these, the activity books and stuff. But god, that's a blast from the past. But yeah, basically the point of what I'm trying to say is that, you know, there are so many photos that are sort of half etched in my memory. Like if I saw them again, I would recognise them, and we'll be doing some of that very shortly. Yeah, a lot of the photos that are on these galleries are photos that, you know, I saw very long ago, but in a different context. And so hopefully, you know, when we revisit them today, I'll sort of be able to tell you which ones those are, and you guys can do the same. But loads going on in the chat. We have got about 20 viewers. Very, very nice. If you are enjoying this, please do leave a like. And I just need to catch up, see what's been going on. Will Newlands, hello. I'm glad that you managed to catch this, your first stream. Buster Block, hello. Lewis Frisbee, TARDIS Ollie, hello. TARDIS Glitch, Dr. Master wants some Ianto. Okay, we'll see what we can do there. We'll see what we can do. Cameron Cadona, hello. Oh, this is exciting. Will Newlands has become a member, I think. Is that my first channel member? I think I set that up like a while ago, and I can't quite remember what it entailed. I'll have to look into that, but thank you for becoming a member. Hello, Rob Kernock as well. Yeah, Lewis reminiscing about seeing Pics in Doctor Adventures and in magazine and Radio Times, fun times. Sam. I remember this from our previous stream earlier in the week. So Sam was going to go to Forbidden Planet Nottingham for the first time, his first Forbidden Planet, and has been there today. Interesting. I'd be pleased to hear, interested to hear more about what they had, because last time I went, it was barely anything. I've been there sort of, I don't know, a year or two ago. But interested to hear that you picked up a Mr. Huffle. Again, massive tangent here. But I've heard that these have started to appear in Forbidden Planet stores, amongst a load of other stuff. So that's Mr. Huffle from Return of Doctor Mysterio. There we go. So these were first available in 2017, but not in the UK, I believe. They're only available in like Australia, as it says there, or America, or whatever. And so they're one of many items that have sort of made it across to the UK. God knows why, God knows how. I think it's like a load of old, excess US stock or whatever that has made its way over. But like there's other stuff as well, like the Corgi figures I got recently. You've seen them in my Doctor Who Collection updates if you've been watching those. These they were in Forbidden Planet, so I don't know if they still are. They had the die-cast Dalek and Cyberman as well. This one, and the spinning TARDIS soapy bubble bath thing. That has been doing the rounds. I've seen that in a couple of Forbidden Planets. It's mad. God knows what the soap, like the bubble bath inside, is actually like. Whether it's like dried up or doesn't bear thinking about. I am gonna pick one up one day and maybe like open it up and take a look. I mean, it's not a great idea probably, but yeah. In fact, you can still buy them on Amazon apparently. Can you buy them on Amazon? No, currently available. Yeah, and then there's other bits as well. I've recently heard, very recently, from I think Gallifrey Stands on Instagram. Good account. Go and follow it if you haven't already. But yeah, he posted photos of. Well, let's find it actually. You might as well find it. Give my Instagram a plug along the way. If you don't follow it, at Stetson Doctor, go and follow it. It'd be very nice if you did. We post photos of new additions to the collection and a couple of old favourites as well. Gallifrey. Hold on, why is it not coming out? Gallifrey. Is it Gallifrey Stands? Have I got this right? Hold on. Have I made a mess of this? What's the account called? Oh no, that's following. Why can't I find the account? Unless it comes up some other way. Bear with me a moment. Sure, on my phone it comes up. Unless I'm misremembering what it's called. Oh, just with one L. I see. Gallifrey. Yes, this account here. Yeah, there we go. That's a picture of Manchester, I think, currently. So they've got a load of weird stuff. They've got these old like nesting Russian dolls. Apparently, there's one set for Doctors 1 to 6, another set for Doctors 7 to 12. Mr. Huffle, as mentioned, and then also these better photo here probably. Yeah, Captain Jack, Weeping Angel, and War Doctor bobbleheads. Apparently, they've been doing the rounds as well, and you can see them as well in that photo. Some very obscure bits of merchandise which have sort of made their way across from the planet. I am disgracefully behind with the chat. Let's see what's been going on. Very, very behind. Got some talk about 13th Doctor merch. Yeah, sad we didn't get more. I agree. 13-0 is pretty hard to merchandise with its monsters. I don't necessarily agree with that, to be honest. Like, I can see some of them, like the remnants from the Ghost Monument. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Or like the spiders, you can't really sell them because they would scare people off, I suppose. People wouldn't want to buy spiders. from Rex in the UK, or the frog on the chair, or whatever. But you've got stuff like a Kablam Man that would have been really good. The sniper bots, the Cybermen, you know, the Recon Dalek and stuff. Cameron Cadona had a little safe with all these weekly mags in. Wow, and sticker collections, as well as top trumps. Yeah. Sam is reading the Slovene Excursion at the moment, and the cover is very nice. That's fantastic. Will is a channel member and a patron. Oh, you joined my patron as well. That's very nice. Thank you. Yeah, go and follow my or join my page. Oh, I see. Yes, I realise who you are now. Yes, will be fat. Yes, I see. Little plug for my Patreon if that's your thing. Hold on, where do we find the page for this? That one. Yeah, if you want to do my Patreon, it's there, you know. If you want, you get your name at the end of every video and stuff. In fact, let's give my current patrons even, a shout out, because because that's something which I can't do at the end of this video because it's a live stream. But we have got Hugh Burke, TARDIS Ollie, Will, who's in the chat, Will Newlands, Will Be Fat, Robert Shippey, Lauren Coates, and Charles Leggett. Thank you to U6 for supporting the channel. Very, very appreciated. But yeah, I want to see what's been going on. Let's see what they had in this Forbidden Planets. Cool. So Rob has picked up the Sensorites set and History of the Daleks 5 and 7 from B&M after watching my last live stream. Is that the one about the looking for a figure on eBay? I'm assuming. That's cool. Crispy, hello. Hello. Rebecca, hello. Sam, a few old B&M sets. Oh yes, I see. Yeah, they had B&M sets in Forbidden Planet, did they? Like is it the ones that have like started to appear recently? I read they're online on the websites. These ones, presumably. These have appeared on the website, so they're in the stores as well. That's interesting. Rebecca was asking about the Black Archive website. Yes, the Black Archive website is this one. It's one of the main sort of Doctor Who promo pick websites these days. Has loads of great galleries of, you know, all the different eras. You know, on Peter Capaldi, for instance. Let's go to Series 8, into the Dalek, for instance. You've got your general picks there, and episode stills, and it was not a great example because there's not too much for that episode. But yeah, every episode is covered, at least of the new era, and some classic stuff as well. So, well worth a look. Well worth a look. We've got some Miranda chats in the chat. Very, very nice. Very, very cool. So there we go. Vilglax, hello. No problem that you're late. Not a problem at all. Yeah, so for anyone who's joined recently, we are, we're about to. We're meant to be looking at that promo pics, but we've been on lots of tangents so far about Forbidden Planet and what else? Just general nostalgia, really. So I'm just gonna check. Where's it gone? Oh yeah, of course I'm going to plug in my hard drive for this. Silly me. Yeah. So we'll go through some of these promo pics, and like I said at the start, it's also an excuse for me to be able to add them into my my own personal archive. So let's just let's go on to this one first. Actually, I believe. I say. This folder here, this gallery, is called Doctor Who 2005. So this is some of the very earliest stuff. Very earliest stuff. Well, I say that. There's some other... It's bits and pieces. but it includes some of the very earliest images we got for the revival. And some other, like some of Stephen Moffat and the executive producers from Series 5. Dr. Master, will you be going to London Film and Comic Con this year? No plans currently, but never say never for that sort of thing. I mean, maybe at some point this year, never say never. I'd certainly like to get some more stuff. These are weird. I don't know what the deal is with these. It says it's from like a breakfast show or something. It's like these photos of Catherine Tate and David Tennant and John Barrowman, he who should not be named. They're here as well. They're here. But the ones on David Tennant with his microphone, the ones I was really wanting to get to, these are quite funny. The ones I was, crikey, that is actually quite terrifying, really. Fun. Let's leave that open, just to come back to later on, perhaps. Crikey, there's loads of these. There's a weird cartoony thing there. Time Crash. Okay, I'll put those in a little Time Crash folder. We'll do Time Crash then. I don't think I have a folder for Time Crash. Let's make one. Time Crash. So if I just open this up at full resolution, there we go. It's like a green screeny thing. That's one of them. Oops, there's Donna again. Or should I say Catherine Tate? Yes, these are quite nice, aren't they? Quite nice shots of the two Doctors. And on there, how many of these there are. I mean, I am just sort of saving these for myself at the moment, so apologies if it is boring to watch. Hopefully it's not too boring. Crispy. Yes, the lady producer there was Beth Willis. It was in fact, let's go back to that. It was Beth Willis, Stephen Moffat, obviously, and Piers Wenger, I think is how you say his name. Wenger. So he is now a really high up dude in the BBC. Is he like? I don't know if he's high up in BBC Wales or the BBC as a whole. But like you sometimes hear quotes from him about the show these days, like about commissioning and stuff, which is always a bit odd because he was exec producer on Series 5 just for one season alongside, was it Season 6 as well? Series 6? I can't remember. But either way, these two weren't around for long, and then they got replaced by Brian Mitchin. Karen Skinner for Series 7 Part 1, and then she disappeared, Nicola spoke, and then there was Brian Mitchin for the Capaldi era, basically. And these two were referenced, actually, in The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe. So basically the two dudes in yellow, like the yellow, whatever, the minor dudes, minor with an E, not with an O. They do play a minor role in the story. The Androzani miners with the yellow suits on are named. One of them's named like Vengar, I think, and one of them's named Willis or something like that. But basically, like derived from the names as like a tribute to them. So that's fun. That's fun. Yeah, and as for some chat about Barrowman in the comments. Yeah, I mean, chat about Captain Jack is okay. John Barrowman himself is is not okay. We've got the it's cool as well, the sort of the DVD covers. Crikey, blast in the past there. Sam Fowler, does anyone remember Doctor Who DVD files? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That was a weird thing, wasn't it? I feel like we need to pull up some nostalgia, some images of that. Let's do it. I mean, there'll be people that don't even know what Doctor Who DVD files is. It'd be a good thing to do a video about, actually. So it was basically like a part work thing back. It was like in 2009, I think. So towards the end of the Tennant and RTD era. And it was a weird premise, because it was like, you know, get all of Doctor Who on DVD, but you know, by that point I think everybody would have had like most of the episodes so far on DVD. So it was just a really weird one, basically. But yeah, I mean, I suppose it worked, because it went on for quite a while. Crikey, that is a display and a half. Why does that say Australia on it? Australian News Agency or something. That's like a display of issue 1 and newsagents. Loads of issues there. Crikey. Yeah, it must be Australia, that, actually, because of the PG marking thing. Yeah, so this was a thing. Nevertheless, even though I already own most of the stories on DVD, I did still like want some of the early issues. I think I asked my granny or one of my family members or someone to go and find me one of them. I was like, go and buy me one. I don't care which one you find. Just bring back the goods. And whoever it was found issue 3. That was the only one they could find. This one, which contained World War III and Dalek. I think I got rid of it or sold it or something. I don't have it anymore, sadly. Sadly. It was just a weird premise, really. But yeah, that was the only one I ever got. And like, it was weird because they came with a magazine, and the magazine, like all the pages of the magazine came apart. And I'm pretty sure they were hole punched. And the idea was that you would then take apart each magazine and like compartmentalize it into different segments, categorize it, and then have like your different parts of each magazine together, if that makes sense. So like, say you've got like a character guide for a character from Doctor Who as like your first page. The idea would be to like separate all the pages and have all the character guides in your binder at the same point, and then like all your I don't know, like your episode guides all together, and then like all of your monster guides and your technology guides and all that sort of stuff. It was a weird concept, but you know, if there are people in the chat that got this and enjoyed it, then good for you, because you know, yeah, I mean, they are weird, like undoubtedly that they got onto like the classic era stuff later on, and they kept the same logo throughout, even though it overlapped into the Moffat era. They kept the original RTD era logo, even when Matt Smith was the Doctor. So that was fun. They even used it on. They did some Series 5 episodes. Hang on. No, it's not going to... there's one. It's not a very good example, though. If we find, like, I don't know, if we find part 75, say, will that be the right sort of thing? Yeah, like that, for example. They did Matt Smith episodes with the old logo. Like, you've got images down there of, like, a ganger and a silence and stuff. Bizarre. But at the same time, you know, it's got a certain charm to it, I will admit, you know. I'm not going to bash them. Crikey, I've got loads to catch up on the chat. Apologies. Emily, hello. Emily recently supplied me with a Eighth Doctor and Dalek Alpha, which I was very grateful for. Thank you. In fact, you probably can see behind me somewhere. Maybe. I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's obscured. Yeah, talking about Time Crash there. Alright, so Time Crash for you is associated with Jodie leaving. Crikey, because that's what you were watching when it was announced. Wow. Crikey. I've got some suggestion about another Time Crash with the 13th Doctor in it. That would be great. Yes, that would be really great. So I think I'm up to date just about with this. I'm loving the chat. Keep it up. Paul Davis, hello. The rumours are that David Tennant is the 14th Doctor. Yes, I did a video about it. Let's find it. Let's go and find it. Little shout out. There's the stream. That's nice to see. Yeah, I did a video about that. Did pretty well actually. But it was a weird one because like it will load. Yeah, there it is. It's probably pleased with the thumbnail as well. Actually, that was yeah, it all came together nicely. But yeah, that was a video. I wasn't sort of entertaining the possibility that it's actually true because I don't believe it is. It was more of a video of me just like moaning about the fact that it was even a thing. But anyway, go and watch that if you want. Alex, hello. Alex still has the Rose and End of the World copies somewhere. Very, very nice. Crispy got Spared in Space that way. Got Pyramids of Mars on the DVD files. JW Newell, I think that one. Got Castrovalva. Play that stuff. Oh yeah, that's weird actually as well. That reminds me. I mean, in terms of classic era stories, I think a friend at the time lent me their DVD of Earthshock from the DVD files, and yeah, it must have been that. They lent it me to borrow, and that's how I saw Earthshock for the first time. Although I don't remember much about that initial watch of it. One of the first classic series stories I must have seen, I think. Yeah. Hooven Espresso Extra, hello. Nice to have you. Sam got issues 2 and 7 from charity shops. But once more, so I can get the little picture across the spines. Yeah, that is quite nice. The way the spines all line up. And, I mean, it would be pretty cool, to be fair, to have all of them. Because, like, initially, like there, for instance, or this image here, that they had, like, a set run of how many they were going to do. A bit like the Complete History, where they had, like, a set run. And then they extended it. So the initial run had, like, one image on of the 10th Doctor and all these monsters. And then they, like, branched out, I think they covered the Series 5 monsters, presumably, on the later spines, some like classic era ones as well. But it was always quite like sporadic and random because it just kept getting extended. I'm not actually sure how many issues they did in the end. Let's have a look. This is turning into a completely different stream. Well, not completely different. It's still sort of vaguely to do with promo pics and stuff. Crikey, they did... It ended in 2014. That's mad. These were still going when Peter Capaldi was the Doctor. That's bonkers. The last one they did was Black Orchid in October 2014. Mad. Oh, and they've got all the images of them. Yeah, that's bonkers. Wow. Baffling. Yeah, it's like the first wave of classic figures with the Tennant logo. I agree, yeah. I mean, to be fair, it does sort of work, you know, having the Tennant logo on them. It does work. Will is still buzzing after the Season 22 announcement. Yeah, it's fair. It looks to be a good one. Good season. If you are watching this, we've got 25 odd views, I think. Please do like the video if you're enjoying. It'd be very nice if you could just do that. We have got some discourse about the Chibnall era logo being on everything. I'm not going to get into that now. Doctor Master might leave the show if Tennant is 14. Yeah, we've got some discourse going on, but there we go. And Will is wearing the Earthshock t-shirt from Eagle Moss right now. Yeah, Vilgax, sorry. It's a shame there wasn't ever a Sarah Jane Adventures magazine. There was a Torchwood magazine. There was a Doctor Who magazine. Two Doctor Who magazines, obviously. But yeah, never a Sarah Jane Adventures one. 2 Million Like Head. Hello, lovely to have you with us. Yeah, the Torchwood magazine. That is that's a weird. Let's go a weird tangent. Never got any of these. I mean, now you say that. Doctor Master, I think, and whoever else was mentioning them. I do sort of want to get hold of these just to see what they're all about. Like, it's mad to think they were on shop shelves and stuff. I don't know how far they got out in terms of reach, whether they were actually like in Sainsbury's or whatever, in Tesco, or just like in specialist stores. But yeah, that's a weird one. Very, very weird one. TARDIS Ollie, my Series 13 Flux Steelbook arrived yesterday. Quite a pleasant surprise. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Yeah, it's a lovely one. Let's bring that up. It comes out tomorrow, I think, officially. On all formats, not just on the Steelbook. Yeah. We'll be getting that at some point. Probably not straight away. I might wait to see if it's reduced. I don't know. See what happens. Right, I think I'm just about up to date with that now. So let's try and get back to what we were meant to be doing, which is looking at promo pics. I'm just I'm just looking at stuff behind the scenes. Apologies. I was just trying to remember what I did for memberships, because we have got a new channel member. Thank you, Will. But I can't actually remember what I set up. Oh, okay, yeah, it was like a £3 thing. I see, yeah, and you get a little badge next to your name. Yeah, cool. Thanks for that. That's great. If anyone else wants to become a channel member or do a super chat or anything, then obviously that would be hugely appreciated. No pressure. Or Patreon or whatever. But those things are there now if they're up your alley and you would be so kind to do. But yeah, so we haven't actually got onto any proper power pics yet. We did Time Crash briefly. Not quite sure why these are all here. They're the DVD covers and stuff. So that's a good one, isn't it? The Dalek Collection. That's really nice. It sort of depicts a sort of a tableau or scenario that we never really saw on screen. We came close. I mean, it's meant to be like an approximation, I think, of New York in the background, so it could either be like Daleks in Manhattan or the Stolen Earth. Be very cool. These dudes, where actually? Oh, that was a cool box set as well. The Waters of Mars and End of Time one. Always loved the cover of that. Never got it, but always loved it. Right, here we go. Well, it's a weird mix, though, isn't it? This is turning into a very weird stream. There's not actually many sort of pictures here that I want to save, but we can certainly look at them. I mean, Julie Gardner there, who is rumoured to be coming back because she's involved with Bad Wolf. Yeah, so she is actually back on the scene, I think. Let's save that one. Oh, there's that as well. Yeah, and the logo, that's a nice picture of the logo. I'm gonna save. Well, it's not very high resolution actually, maybe not. That logo, I remember when this was announced with these images. That is mad looking back at those. Like, it never quite appeared like this again. Well, certainly that one. Like, to be fair, it did appear like that on stuff. But this stacked version just never appeared. It was like on fan art and stuff from this point onwards. But yeah, mad looking back at that and how they sort of changed approach. Oh, that's Salford, isn't it? This must be one for the tour. When 11th Doctor Matt Smith, when he began the 11th Hour and stuff. Just trying to keep it with the chat. We got some chat about the steelbook. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Yeah. Crispy. Yeah, they do shoot up in price, to be fair, but they sometimes, before they shoot up in price, go down a bit as well. I mean, it depends. Yeah, but you're right. I won't leave it too late. Ben, are you looking forward to Rusty Davis returning to Doctor Who? Yeah, I am. You know, I'm sort of a bit indifferent on it really, but yeah, I'm just like open mind. Like I have nothing to base it on really at the moment in terms of what we know he's going to be doing because we don't know anything. So you know, that's it. But yeah. And again, Hooven Special Extra. We've looked at the Black Archive. We'll be going back to that probably later on. Yeah, right. Are we going to get to any actual? This is a really weird page. It's got a load of random stuff. Oh, there's these dudes again. In fact, I might save if I go into my Series 5 folder. I might save these because these are just weird, aren't they? If I make a folder for like the exec producers. Let's go and find the original ones. Let's get these other ones as well. Bizarre. Like, I guess there have been similar photos of. Well, there's been a couple of photos like this of Chris Chibnall and Matt Stravens, but yeah, this is something else really. You know, it's like they're making them look like they're in a band or something. It's a weird way to sort of promote your executive producers. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to get at there. That we haven't really had anything quite like this since, like Piers Wenger next to a Dalek, like next to an Ironside with no light on or anything. It's just weird, weird photos. But yeah, I am saving them like the sad nerd I am. Aha. Hold on, this is weird. We've got the big man, halfway in between there. Yeah. I'll be saving that one. I don't know when that was. When was that taken? I don't know where to put it in my folder. I don't. Yeah, it wasn't series 1. I think it's like for the writer's tale. That, so I'll stick that in my specials folder. Yeah. Got some lovely discussion in the chat about Dan and his wok being beautiful and cheesy. Fantastic. Love it. Alright, W. Newell, yeah. A countdown on the Doctor website where the Tennant logo turned into the Matt Smith logo. Now you say that, it rings a bell, but I can't quite remember what that was like. So there was... You mean on like the front page when the logo changed, was there something going on there? Tell me more. Remind me. We have got some chat about Murray Gold, whether he's going to come back or not. Yeah, personally, I don't want that. You know, I feel quite strongly about that. Really, like, you know. Because when he was on the show, it was good, but like he got tired by the end. Like by series, well, there's some good stuff in series 10, but like I just feel like we've had a lot of that style now, and like, you know, fair enough. Some of it was good. Not to be all down about it or anything. Like Murray Gold, it is a genius. Like joking aside, he's a genius. But I don't think more Murray Gold is what the show needs right now. And I don't really see him coming back, to be honest, but could be proven wrong there, who knows. So that's the first gallery. Okay, if we now go into the series 1 or season 1, has got it here, gallery, hopefully things should start to look a little bit more yeah, here we go, a bit more sort of, you know, normal. And yeah, there's some good photos here that I can copy across to my folder. But yeah, if you're enjoying this, please do leave a like. Please make yourself known in the chat. In fact, what I might do is just leave this open and change the URL so we get a different picture each time. Yeah, there we go. Number 2. So obviously, yeah, we've got these initial images from when the show, I guess, like when it wasn't like when it was announced it was coming back, because the casting hadn't been announced, but these must have been from like, you know, before series 1 was on. Yeah, I mean, they're not sort of nostalgic for me, these ones, because I wasn't watching the show at that point, but they are sort of cool pictures. I mean, that, you know, very weird, like that one with the TARDIS lit so differently. All of these. Vilgax has been trying to look at why there wasn't a Sarah Jane Adventures magazine or annual stuff. Yeah, I don't know if there is a particular reason that's been stated. What I do know is that with a lot of the merch, hang on, which number was I on? Like 9, I think. With a lot of the merch for Sarah Jane Adventures, you know, like your toys, for instance, they tanked, I think. Possibly to do with how it was branded and how it was marketed as well, like in the stores. I think that they put all the stuff in the girls aisle, and so it was a bit of a disaster basically with how Sarah Jane Adventures merch was handled just in general. So that's probably why. I mean, it is a shame. But I will say as well that there was always great coverage of Sarah Jane Adventures in Doctor Who Adventures as well. So it's not like we were sort of sold short there. They often did special like mini magazines and stuff. I'm just remembering, this is the photo I got Christopher Eccleston to sign for me when I met him a few years back. Yeah, I was like going through these photos at that time, trying to work out which one would be the best. I got it printed on like photo paper and took it along and hoped for the best. And thankfully, he signed it for me. Yeah, so, no, that is a shame. I think it's just a shame in general with the Sarah Jane Adventures stuff that we didn't get more like figures and stuff. There was a board game that was planned that I don't believe ever actually came out. Sadly, it was like prototypes and stuff, and there are images of it that exist online. Of course, now that I've said that, I've got to go and find the images of it to prove it. Board game. Oh, hang on. Why is it for sale? No. That must be like a listing that was put up before it was cancelled, I think. But yeah, that's what it is. Oh, what it was, or what it could have been. Oh my god, the Sarah Jane Adventures website. Again, massive tangent. But that back in the day was decent. That was really decent. God, this is nostalgic. They're like games and stuff. I'm not sure how much of this would still be recorded online in terms of like looking back at it. They're like stuff you'd print out, like that sort of fortune teller thing. They had masks and stuff. I think it's all gone now. Yeah, there's still a page for it, but it's all changed, sadly. There's a page for it on TARDIS Wiki, with a bit of info about it. But yeah, it doesn't exist anymore, sadly. It's a shame, because that was cool. That was cool. Let's let me just see what is going on in the chat. We've got about 25 odd people. That's good. Got some chat about the soundtracks and stuff, composers. Yeah, even Espresso Extra, there doesn't seem to be much merch for CBC shows as a whole. That's true. I guess it's just more of a like thing where it's the program and then you don't need other stuff necessarily. There was a Torchwood web game. Was there a Torchwood web game? God, I don't remember that. I do not remember that. Yeah. Keep it going in the chat though. Keep the nostalgia going. Yeah, and meanwhile, I'll try and keep up with that in the corner of my eye. But yeah, we're on these series 1 pictures. I've done 23 of these so far. Are we going to come up to the sort of infamous Slitheen one? sooner or later. Maybe it's not here, I don't know. But yeah, it's good to finally be able to make a record of these. Copy them across to the folder. We've got some talk about the the websites in general. Yeah, Hooven Espresso Extra. I do agree that these days, just generally the websites for stuff like BBC shows and stuff are not very good at all. Yeah, I got some chat as well. JW Newell about the classic era, which I believe is still there. I'll perhaps take a look at that in a moment. So we'll take a look at the Doctor Who, the current Doctor Who website as well in a moment, because that is really weird. Like I've looked there a few times recently, and it's like some bits of it have been updated, but there are other bits of it that have not been updated literally in years. It's quite something. We are with Billy Piper at the moment on the TARDIS. Yes, very nice. Copied over just short of 40 pics here so far. Very, very sad, yes, that we didn't get more Saturday Adventures figures. I do agree. Rob, yes, the trailer with the fire behind Eccleston's a good one, yeah. A lot of people always talk about that. And Miles and I sort of did a pastiche of that, of course, when our collabs returned after COVID, the in-person collabs. That's a weird, wasn't it? Like a prototypey thing. Oh, of course, because I think there are some pictures on here of like the concept art and stuff for the TARDIS, which again is interesting to look at, interesting to think about. Yeah, the BBC website feels lifeless and corporate these days. I have to agree. I mean, to be fair, the other one, like the Doctor Who.tv site, is pretty good. Although, again, that hasn't been updated. Like, some of it's been updated, like the episode guide, but they've got like character guides that they need to update with like new companion Dan and stuff like that. How many more of these have we got to go? Not many, I don't think. Oh, I say that. They've got quite a few actually here, haven't they? I think I might make a separate folder for the concept art. Yeah, you can't see me doing any of this, but this is just in my promo image archive. Just organising these. But yeah, keep the chat coming, things for me to talk about while I'm doing this. And we will take a look in just a moment at the. We'll look at the. We'll try and find the old Doctor Who website. I think you can still access the Series 4 website, like the old RTD one. I don't think it's all still functional, but I think you can still access some of it. That's weird, isn't it? That concept art for the Sonic Screwdriver. Colour Artwork, hello. Great to have you with us. We are currently sort of doing various things. We are looking at old promo pics and stuff. I'm copying them across to my own personal archive. And in the background as well, we're also just talking about a load of stuff. We've talked about DVD files. We've talked about Miranda. We've talked about... what else? Torchwood, Sarah Jane Adventures. We've talked about the website of Doctor Who. Yes, the Doctor Who Game Maker. God, that was good, wasn't it? Weird here as well. Concept art for the Slitheen. I'd love to see that actually. That's quite cool. Like a clay Scorpion Infamous thing. But yeah, what was it I just saw in the chat? Yeah, we've got some talk about the soundtracks, which is interesting. So Alex says that with Second Akinola, you never hear the same theme the same way twice, whereas with Murray Gold, especially in Series 7 and 8, it's more like copy and paste of I'm the Doctor and Good Man. Yeah, I feel that myself, you know, and that's what I do really like about the Akinola stuff, is that, you know, there are a couple of instances now actually of reused tracks, but the majority of music is new for each episode. It's not stuff you've heard before. It's newly composed, newly recorded. Off the top of my head, I can think of like 2 examples where it's been reused. So firstly, at the start of Revolution of the Daleks, you get a bit of the Resolution score again, me and my mates. Then in The Vanquishers, when the TARDIS lands in the Grand Serpent's torture chamber or whatever it is, I believe they reused a track from Revolution of the Daleks there. But yeah, literally everything else is newly composed music. Like the same. What's nice is that you get like the same themes, like the 13th Doctor's theme or whatever, but it's always a different arrangement of it, different instrumentation, different sound. So yeah. Whereas with Murray Gold, great as he was, especially towards the end. I think I've reached the end of that particular gallery now. Yeah, I've reached the end of that. 78 photos there that I've just copied across. Fantastic. Yeah, with Murray, what often happened is, to be fair, I think it worked differently back in the day. Like, back in the day, obviously his stuff was more orchestrated. I think they had to like record tracks in orchestral sessions and stuff, and then sort of from there get the recordings and sort of just like match them up to scenes and stuff. Well, with Second Akinola, because it's more electronic and stuff, it's sort of more like economical and like time effective and stuff, I suppose, like in terms of being able to just add it onto the episode as it is, you know, later down the line. But yeah, with Murray, with the way that all that just generally worked back in the RSD era and the Moffat era, it was often the case that you would get the same track reused, you know, a few times or whatever. It wasn't quite as organic as the way that Sagan uses the themes and stuff, like the leitmotifs, because it was literally, you know, it was more copy and paste, for want of a better phrase, really. Yeah, but as people are saying in the chat as well, like, yeah, the Marigold stuff is great. I mean, the prime example for that reusing stuff, like, is, well, I say that I don't know if, because Twice Upon a Time is full of old Marigold music, like Doomsday. The Doomsday theme comes back. Just to name one particular example. I can't quite remember the other ones, but there are loads of other ones as well. But I've never known, because he's never spoken about it, I've never known whether they were the original recordings or whether he actually got those old cues, old scores recorded again, whether they were new recordings. I don't know about that. It would be nice to know. But yeah, like, that was how it worked, basically, because, like, if you think about, I don't know, a track like the companion theme tracks, like Rosa's theme or Martha's theme or Donna's theme or whatever, or Amy's theme, Clara's theme even, basically all of them. Like, when you think about when they were actually in the show, it was often just that one track, like, that appears on the soundtrack, just like inserted in. Like, to be fair, there were variations of the themes, like particularly with Clara's, I can think of loads, where they did do different stuff with it. But yeah, often they just sort of use the same tracks or different parts of the same tracks or whatever. Twice Upon a Time was just Gold digging up anything he could find and throwing it at the screen. Yikes. Okay, Dr. Master, when was the Doomsday theme in Twice Upon a Time? Oh god, you're testing me now. I think, and I'm sure people in the chat will correct me if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the scene with the first Doctor talking to Bill on Skaro, and it's there in the background, but it's not like the. To be fair, like with that one, that one isn't the original track, but it is the original motif, just played on different instruments. Like it might be like a horn or something. Or I don't know. It's there in the background if you listen carefully for the melody. I'm pretty sure it's that. Yes, when the first Doctor talks about leaving Gallifrey, that's right. Yeah. Oh god, Evan Marnie. Yeah, they should totally release the Sarah Jane Adventures soundtrack. Yeah, the guy that did it, Sam Watts, I think he's called. I think he'd be up for it. I don't know whether in the past he's talked about the fact that it wouldn't necessarily be very financially viable or rights or whatever, rights issues. But it would be really great to have all that stuff. Because, yeah. Again, although part of me does feel it was sort of like in the vein of the Murray Gold stuff, which was often quite sort of bombastic and sort of exaggerated, perhaps. It wasn't very subtle in terms of like how it was telling you to feel. Like there was that track, da, 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 that one that was in like practically every episode of series 4 or 5 of the Sarah Jane Adventures. Whenever they saved the day, that track would always play. And it was always a bit corny, but at the same time, you know, it is kind of nice. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, it is a banger. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. So yeah, it would be nice to have the Sarah Jane Adventures stuff. There is some good unreleased stuff on YouTube, I think. But yeah, to have some official release. Oops, Noel Clark, apologies. Let's get him off the screen. This is cool, actually. This is the miniature set they made of the roof of the Nestine's lair from Rose. It was like an old paper mill or something in real life. Yeah. Says that. There's a cool special feature about it, I believe, on the DVD. Alex Rooney. Yeah. I feel like Gold got bored around Series 7. Yeah, I guess so. Right, so for you, yeah, Series 8 had its moments, but Series 9 and 10 don't do anything for you. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they all have highlights for me, but I particularly think like A Good Man is a great track and a great theme for the 12th Doctor. And to be fair, that was an instance of a theme that did get, like, it wasn't just the same track reused. I mean, it was sometimes, but like, yeah, to be fair with that one, you did get that motif just on different instruments and different stuff. They did different stuff with it in ways that they didn't do or perhaps weren't able to do with the earlier seasons because of the way the recording sessions worked and stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure it probably all comes down to the fact that with those early seasons, I think like I say, they had to fit all the music into like 2 recording sessions or whatever. And then that was all of your music for the whole season. And then you mixed and matched, and basically, you know, you had to score all the episodes with those tracks. So you'd go to the recording session, you know, with music you've composed, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, this is going to go in this scene, or like it's only going to be used in this episode. It was like, you know, like a stock library of recorded music, basically, which you could then sort of apply to different scenarios. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. Well, it was with Say Like Lola, and to be fair as well, maybe with some of the other stuff that Murray Gold's done on other shows and stuff. I don't know, but certainly with Doctor Who, it's different these days in that it is very much more sort of specific to each episode. Some weird photos here of Autons doing stunts. You know, we've had a massive tangent there about soundtracks and stuff. Yeah, there's some great love for Bill's theme in the chat. It's lovely to see. We love to see it. Yeah, please do keep it coming in the chat. Please leave a like if you're enjoying and you haven't already. Really, really great. I mean, I don't know how much longer we're going to go on for, but yeah, it's the kind of stream list that could just go on forever, really. I'm still on one story as well, on Rose, copying all these pictures across. That's a weird one, of the Auton heads. It's a very weird photo. We must be near the end of Rose now, I think. It'd be good to get on to the end of the world and possibly do one or two others. Yeah. But yeah, give me other things to talk about. We've done a lot about soundtracks there. Yeah, if you are still watching, then drop some questions and stuff into the chat, you know. Doomsday's theme will be forever my favourite piece of Doctor music. Yeah, it's a good one. It's really good. I find it a bit repetitive, but then like that's it is sort of the style of the track more than anything else. Like, because it is quite simple in terms of how it, like, musically, it's just like the same thing basically, just on loop, like the same sort of like however many bars, like with the guitar and then with the voice on the top, then with the guitar like without the voice, and then with the voice again, you know. So you are just getting the same thing a few times, but it works. So I'm not going to pretend it doesn't work. It does work. Yeah, it's very impactful and moving and sad. Yeah, that's Rose. So I've done some of these later series 1 ones already today, so it'd be cool maybe to try and complete series 1 in terms of my personal archive, which you can't see, but I'm copying all of these photos across to we've got some chats about the Capaldi era theme tune. Yeah, it's got a bit of a charm to it, I suppose, but yeah, it wasn't the best idea to have that sort of whiny sound on the melody. Not the best choice ever. Rob, when will Big Finish get the license to Jodie era stuff? It's a good question. I remember for Capaldi, like Missy, the Missy series, I think was the first thing they did with the Capaldi, like the 12th Doctor license, and that was only about 6 months after Twice Upon a Time, so it was quite soon. Whereas obviously, like for the Matt Smith and Tennant and Eccleston stuff, that all took longer just by virtue of the fact that Big Finish weren't doing new series stuff when those particular eras ended. But yeah, I would say maybe as early as, it feels weird to say that, but maybe as early as next year, to be honest. Do I think that Doctor Who will be shown on BBC 3 again, given that it's coming back to terrestrial television? It'd be nice. Nostalgic, because that happened back in the day, didn't it? Like, I remember the days before iPlayer and stuff, when I didn't have that particular episode on DVD, or maybe I'd seen it like once and wanted to see it again. Then yeah, they would often, well, first of all, they would like screen that week's episode on the Friday, I think. But then also, like, when I was becoming a fan in like 2008 and 9, 10 and stuff, they would screen like series 1 and 2 and 3 episodes or whatever, just on weekday evenings, or I don't know what the exact schedule was. But yeah, that was nice. So yeah, maybe they should try that. I don't know how. Well, I'm gonna say I don't know how successful it would be, because you can just do it on streaming. But I guess someone would watch. Some great photos here of the various characters from End of the World. It's a particularly good gallery, this one. I actually got a comment from that to that effect from Hoovian Espresso Extra. We have got a mention about a 4-year delay. 4 years. It has to be 4 years after a Doctor leaves until they can be in Big Finish, apparently. Well, look, I don't know. Okay, maybe you're referring there to the specific Doctor actor themselves. Maybe, yeah, to be fair, for them it might be different. But certainly for elements or characters from their era, it's definitely not 4 years because, like I say, Missy was doing her own thing like 6 months after Twice Upon a Time. So, yeah, as I say, maybe it's different for the Doctor. Like maybe Jodie herself can't do stuff until a bit later down the line. That'll be fair, to be honest. You wouldn't want her to be overshadowing the next Doctor, really. Just like not leaving at all, but just going on to do audio stuff straight away. Although, that said, I would love to hear, or see or hear her do audio, of course. As with every Doctor, really. Philgax has just looked up some fan-made Sarah Jane Adventures annual. Crikey. Please do share the link and we'll pull it up on the screen. Because that sounds mad. Favourite sonic screwdriver design? That's from Colour and Artwork. So these days I will often jump to the Matt Smith era one, basically. I mean, I know Capaldi used it as well for a season. That was weird. It's basically the 11th Doctors. That's the one I jumped to, just because, you know, I became a fan in 2008. So I had Tennant as my Doctor for a year or two, and I had that sonic screwdriver for a year or two as the only one I knew. But yeah, the 11th Doctor Sonic, I think just because that was the first one where I was there when it, you know, came out and when it was created and stuff, when it first appeared, and just sort of because of that, I suppose, the amount of merchandise it appeared on, the number of times Doctor Adventures magazine did their little replicas of it and stuff, little water gun versions and pen versions and whatever, just because of all of that. Yeah, for me that one is very nostalgic. It's the Sonic of my childhood, you know. I get that for a lot of people that would be the Tennant era one, and to be fair, yeah, that one is also it holds a special place in my heart. But I just think as well, you know, it's a very sleek, it's a very nice design. The early Moffat era one, yeah, the Doctor one. So yeah, that's what I'd say. I mean, I don't really know what my favourite is, but that's certainly the one that was most ubiquitous in my childhood, you know. So yeah, it holds probably the most special place in my heart. I mean, in terms of other ones, in terms of other New Who ones, like Capaldi's second Sonic, I've gone through different phases with that, really. Like, probably at one stage I would have said that was my favourite, but again, that would be to do with the novelty of it being new more than anything else. I do think that it is a tad bit over-designed. It looks a bit much to look at. Like, to hold, it's not actually that uncomfortable. In fact, I've got it here, actually. Yeah, it's quite ergonomic, to be fair, the bottom bit. But yeah, it is a bit much to look at. Like, there are some nice things like the sort of TARDIS inspired top to it, and then with Jodie as well, you know, it's cool, it's nice, it's different, you know. That's all you can ask for, really. I mean, I wouldn't say it's my favourite ever, but I think it works for her Doctor. But yeah, I've recently, if I can just do this carefully, I've recently taken actually to having them on my desk in a mug, pilot style. I'm not going to take them out because they look quite nice and I don't want to mess it up. But yeah, so I have got them all here next to me, all the ones I own. Did do a video about all the ones I own a while back, a few months back now. Let's put it back now. Yeah, so still missing like the Song Sonic, which is Hooven Espresso Extra's favourite. You've just said. Yeah, still missing that one. Still missing the 5th Doctors, the 3rd Doctors, the Mint Green 9th Doctor one, and then that's basically all of them. I think. I don't think there are any other major variants. Oh, the Sonic lipstick as well, and like the Sonic. What do we call it? Sonic pen. Jody's is just built differently. It certainly is. Yeah, that 12th Doctor Sonic is very expensive these days. It's mad. I mean, I remember when that came out and it was like 15 quid. And then all of a sudden it's just shot up in price. I think it literally is because it's sold out in lots of places now. And it's been 5 years since it came out, whatever, 6 years. And like... Yeah, because they only released it once. Sorry, that's a great photo. Just a little moment to appreciate that fantastic photo there of Jimmy V. Yeah, because they haven't re-released it, and because it's a bulkier design, it's a bit harder to re-release, I suppose. It does make it a bit more difficult to get hold of. The spotlight there on good old Mox of Alhoon. Just reading the chat. Alright, interesting. So this Sarah Jane Adventures annual, if I've understood this right, is like locked behind a paywall basically. Like you have to buy access to a OneDrive link or something by the sounds of it, which is mad. Hooven Espresso Extra's Sonic lipstick is ridiculously battered. Battered and ridiculously expensive. Yeah, it's a shame they're so expensive again. Like, they could really do with re-releasing some of the ones. Like, we've had so many 10th Doctor re-releases, 11th Doctor re-releases. They could really do with re-releasing some of those rare Sonics now. Oops, messed up the URL. Oh, is that all of them? I think that's all of them. I must have got all of them. I think that was the last one for End of the World. No, it wasn't. Hold on. Where was I up to then? I was up to that one. Right, okay. Something went wrong there. Alex Rooney's got ideas about the next Doctor, the 40th Doctor's theme. Be cool. Chamber orchestra, middle 8 in the middle, in the intro, sorry. Bits of guitar and synths with some marching snare. Awesome. Go ahead and make it, I say. That'd be cool. Cool to hear. Oh, hold on. What have I done now? Have I messed up the URL? I think. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Buster Block got the 12th Doctor Stacking Sonic and the Doctor Experience in Cardiff. Fantastic. Fantastic. I got mine from Toys R Us when it came out. 2016, I think. It was a weird one. It's like the first new bit of merch that came out from character that year. It was bizarre. Weird time. Well, still is weird times with character. You never quite know what to expect. But particularly then, where that was like the only new product we got that year, basically. Well, I think we got the 13 Doctors set later on, to be fair, but yeah. But yeah, no, if you are still watching, I think the viewers have gone down a little bit now. We've still got sort of 20 people watching. So do make yourself known, leave chat and stuff, questions. I'll be happy to answer anything as we are looking at these promo pics. We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes or so now. Yeah, cool. So leave some questions, things for me to talk about. Leave a like if you're enjoying it. Do consider supporting me on Patreon if that is your cup of tea. Get your name at the end of every video. Yeah, for the same price as a pack of Battles in Time. 150 minimum, so there we go. But yeah, oops, have I just moved the thing? Oh, what happened there? I just messed that up. I think I just messed that up. Wait. Oh no. Hold on, what am I doing? Apologies, I just, oh no, I'm stretching it now. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, there we go, the crop one. Yeah. I've got, yeah. Apologies, technical hiccup there. Just move it back to where it should be. Yeah, great. Apologies for that. Yeah, madness, these photos of these various characters. There wasn't very nice chat going on there. People subscribing to each other's channels and things. Very relevant to see. Christopher Eccleston. Can't be too many more of these to go. Yeah, this has been a bit different stream to what I sort of set out to be. I think that's all of those ones now. Yeah, like, it's not been as promo pic orientated as planned, but we've gone on some great tangents. There's some great pics here from End of the World, though, mind you. Unquite Dead, sorry. Some great pics. And we've had our first channel member as well, which was lovely to see. That was a very nice surprise. Well, thank you for that. But yeah, hopefully it's an enjoyable stream. It's not a good audience, so it seems to be. But going okay. Not done anything too wrong yet. Yeah, there are some. I mean, one thing I was sort of going to go into with this I was like pictures that we'd seen before, and pictures which were maybe a bit rarer, a bit unseen. I mean, there are lots of pictures from these episodes that I've never seen before. Like just going through. I mean, that's quite an iconic one of Eccleston there. But certainly in these period sets, like that, for instance, it's not one that I ever recall seeing. So yeah, that's another reason to do this, really, just to sort of, you know, see pictures that haven't really been seen before. And of course, I should probably as well put the link in the chat to this this page. This page, web page that has all these galleries on it. Yeah, it's a good source. It's my sort of #1 source for the early stuff, and for the later stuff I would use Black Archive or Far Away Site. I tend to do that. Cool. So yeah, Unquiet Dead. Oh yeah, we're going to look at the websites, weren't we? I forgot about that. Okay, once we've done the Unquiet Dead, no probs for the link. That's all right. Once we've done the Unquiet Dead, we will just take a detour over to the The official website to see the current state. That's quite an iconic one of Dickens there. Spectator Productions. Interestingly, it looks like Big Finish are reusing photos of Chris that they've already used. This site proves that there are many others they could use. Yeah, I guess. It's not something I've really thought that much. But I know what you mean. Like, there are... Well, I think, to be honest, it's like the ones we were looking at earlier, like the white background ones and the blue background ones. That's the main place they're sourcing, the main photo shoot they're sourcing their images from for Chris. I think they have done, if I remember right, they have done some like composites of those where they've merged different bits of them together. But yeah, there's certainly, I think it's just generally, there's a lot of stuff here from Series 1 that's, I mean, maybe just because of my age and because I got onto the show later than other people, but there's a lot of stuff here that's completely new to me. So there's a lot of potential for them to do stuff with it, yeah, for sure. Behind the scenes pictures, that's quite cool. One of the audience there, of his little theatre talk thing. We have got some chat about theme tune stings, opening and closing stings. Yeah, they I agree, Alex. I mean, I've never tried myself, but it's a pretty daunting task to make opening and closing stings for the credits. I think they are difficult, you know. How do you get that sound? You know, that it's such an iconic sound. How do you recreate that? I mean, that reminds me as well. I remember reading about, I think it was for the Torchwood. Yeah, it would have been for the Torchwood score, the soundtracks and like Series 1 and 2 and stuff. How like it's pretty. That's all those. Pretty sort of well-known trope from Torchwood is that what would usually happen in Torchwood Series 1 to episode is like you'd cut away to a shot of like an aerial bird's eye view shot of Cardiff Bay, and it'd be like a rising little sting like that, and apparently that sound was like a note played on the piano. So like, you know, you play a note and then it naturally sort of like decreases in volume. It was that, but then just reversed. So instead of decreasing in volume gradually, it sort of builds up very gradually and very, very steeply right at the end. You get a sudden sort of like boom sort of thing. Yeah, so there's that. I don't quite know what the point of that was, but yeah, well, it's a linked thing, isn't it, to stings. El Squeak. You should tell me in the chat how I pronounce that. Is it Il Squeak or LL Squeak? Regardless, no problem that you are late. Not a problem at all. I was going through some promo pics and having general chat. What time do I usually start these? To be honest, it's just whenever I feel like it, really. But it's usually sort of about, like, on the evenings I do them usually about, you know, 7, 8, whatever. I guess 9 if I'm feeling adventurous. Talking of feeling adventurous, we've got a comment. What was it? There it is, from Dr. Master. What's the most ballsy / obviously bad move you want Sharon to do? I say blow up the TARDIS. I mean, that would be a good one. Yeah. I guess. What would I want to see? Crikey. Tangent, but there are certainly, out of the publicly released photos, there are barely any photos or good photos of Harriet Jones. That's about as good as it gets, as you'll see as we go through. But yeah, back to that question. What ballsy move could they make? I guess just like it would have to be something like just having the Doctor regenerate into a different Doctor for one episode, like a Doctor that only lasts for one episode, sort of Curse of Fatal Death style, and then having them change again, either within the same episode or at the end of that episode. That'd be cool. It would be bold and risky and sort of mess things up. I mean, if you think about like people like rightly getting mad over the fact that Joe Martin has not had much screen time, you know, and she's been in a couple of episodes, but if they were literally just introducing a new Doctor for a matter of seconds and that was it, and there was sort of no apologies for showing Noel Clark here, no like where was I lost my train of thoughts. Oh yeah, like no possibility of ever like going back into that Doctor's timeline, because you literally just see it all take place there in the episode. That would really mess with people's heads, I think, like in terms of doing a Doctor ranking. Cause like I say, you know, with Joe Martin and John Hurt and stuff, people are like, oh, but they're only in one episode, so I'm not quite sure where to rank them. Well, try having a Doctor that's only in it for like 5 minutes. That would be fantastic. Just totally mess with that. That is a pretty iconic shot. Definitely seen that one before a few times. Alex, I swear they played that riser like 7 times in episode and Torture 2 one. Yep, I would not be surprised. To be fair, it is quite cool. It works, but it is sort of very overused. There's not Harry Jones, actually. That's not too bad. Making the TARDIS a red phone box. Hoover Espresso Extra. Dangerous stuff. I mean, it would be cool. Well, cool. It would be funny. Well, funny. It would be, you know, it would be a laugh. Kill of the Doctor. Ill Squeak, thank you. Got it. Thank you very much. Yeah, because on the thing it just comes up as like the I and the L look very similar to me. The way it's formatted. Good old Mike Tucker at work on his Big Ben replica. The team that made that thing. Very, very cool. Alex, yeah, they really should have done that in Eve. Have 13 regenerate in 2 random stunt casts for 30 seconds, then die and restart the loop. Yeah, I guess. I'm in 2 minds about that. I mean, I would have not said no to seeing them do that in Eve of the Daleks, and it was the perfect opportunity with the time loop to do it. I get why they wouldn't have wanted to do that necessarily. But yeah, at the same time, it would have been perfect. You don't get the chance to do that very often. It doesn't come around very often. There it is once it's been destroyed, with the cameras covered up to stop them from getting damaged, presumably. Ballsy would be to kill off the new companion in episode 2 after their introduction. Yes. And then have the Doctor try and save them for the rest of the series. Yeah, something like that. Or like that alternative Series 5 thing where if David Tennant had stayed, this has been discussed, I think, by Stephen Moffat, if David Tennant stayed for Series 5, it would basically have been similar to what we got, but like he would have used the idea of the Doctor dying in Series 6 at the start of the series. He would have used that earlier. So we'd have got, you know, David Tennant crash landing in Amelia Pond's garden right before he's about to regenerate or something, I think. And then the Doctor that then comes to, you know, like present day Ledworth later in the episode would have been the 10th Doctor, but from an earlier point in his time stream. And so that initial scene would have been the older 10th Doctor, but the wrong way round, if you get what I'm trying to say there. Which would have been really cool. You know, I mean, Series 5 as it is, obviously, it's fantastic. But you know, it would have been nice. Vilgax wants me to go and look at the comment that they've just posted on the Series 1 trailer. If you put the link to that in the chat, just so I get the right one, then I will happily go and do that. I thought you'd put Big Benny for a moment there. Celebrate, hello. Always nice to read familiar names that I've seen in the chat before. We've still got about 20 people watching this, which is great. Oh no. Hold a minute. Is that going to load? There we go. Bertie and Christopher are nice though. I'm just been nearing the end of these ones now. That's cool. Like the Slovene mask, but obviously without all the stuff on it. That is very cool. Well, like very strange and strangely freaky as well. Yeah. There's loads of these sort of behind the scenes photos for this era of the show. Like that as well. That is fantastic. Look how amazing that is. So obviously that's like it's mainly like Big Ben, isn't it? When it's destroyed. I mean, I suppose that they've taken some sort of liberties there with because obviously it's not the actual Downing Street, just in case anyone's wondering. But yeah, I mean, wow, that's fantastic. It's the Slickeen, like skin, you mean? I can't see a link in the chat. I'll post that again. I can't see anything. Nothing's come through. Oh my god. This is a weird one. Slovene feet. I might post that on Twitter actually, just for a laugh. Because that is weird. That is very weird. Let's do a tweet about that. That is that's extraordinary. Oh, we've got some comments there about the Slovene glow in the dark thing from Dr. Adventures. To find a good picture of it. Is that the issue it came with? Oh, come on, there must be a picture of it somewhere. No, there aren't any pictures of it. But yeah, I've got one of those somewhere. I know exactly what you mean. It was very cool. Maybe like on eBay? Maybe? I don't know. No, nothing's coming up. Sorry. It did exist. Take our word for it. Yeah, like bizarre. I've never seen that photo before either. You see, that's really cool. So they're like in little vices, aren't they? And that's extraordinary. Worth watching this stream just for that alone. And that as well is bizarre. Like, it's just weird, isn't it? I felt they could do the skins in the background as well. I felt they could do a whole episode just about like monsters. Like, have this be the monster. Never mind the actual costume. Have the monster be weird. Like, they could be autons or something, like mannequins with bits of costume and prosthetics on. That'd be really cool actually. Have the autons return, but they're all like they're mannequins that like from a costume workshop, and they've got bits of costume stuck to them that because that could work, and bits of prosthetics, like a mannequin which a prosthetic is being like built around, and then suddenly the mannequin comes to life. That'd be so cool. Just had a good idea. Don't steal it. Well, do if you like. All right, you had the twist notification before you see me send it on here. Do you know I didn't know that anyone ever had twist notifications on for me, so that's very nice to hear. Yeah, I had no idea. Like, you always wonder when you press send on a tweet, do people actually get notifications for this? So that's really nice to hear. These look weird as well. Like, it's all these things, like, all these weird new ways of viewing the Slitheen, which sort of makes them even scarier, really. That would be top budget Doctor Who. Revenge of the Costumes, yeah. I mean, why not, really? Why not? It'd be cool. Like, genuinely, that would be a cool episode. Like, set it in a costume store or something. Bit similar to Eve of the Daleks, I suppose. Like, set it in a, you could have a warehousey type location. This I have seen before. This is very weird. So this is the hold on, and get this right. I'm trying to remember when they used these. I mean, obviously it's replicas of like the Slitheen people. But are these what became the skin suits before they were like crunched in a ball or whatever? I'm guessing that's what this is. I don't think there's any moment in the episode where like they actually appear like this, but I could be wrong. But yeah, Annette Badland there, and then whoever that's going to be. I know who it is. The other character, like the Prime Minister one. Very bizarre. That again, like fiberglass, whatever. I don't even know what that is. Like why it looks like that, but it's bizarre. It is bizarre. Apologies, I'm just checking my phone. Oh, I got a new follower, Rob. Cool. Oh, on Instagram. I want to check the twist notifications actually for that tweet to see what people are saying. No worries at all, Chris, but they had to dip. That's cool. That's all. No, just it is always fine for people to just dip in and out of these streams. Like, I don't expect anyone to actually be there for the whole 2 hours or whatever. I suppose there will be people that have been. If that's you, then tell me. Dalek next. That's all of the all those. The link isn't working. Okay, let's find this thing. Series 1 trailer. This one here. Well, that certainly is a comment. That's a comment and a half. I expect that will send some waves, but there we go. Bit of a hot take. Yeah, that trailer is pretty beloved by people, so but fair enough if you find it cringy, Fair enough. Well, yikes. Right. So Dalek. Oh, you've got those already, I think. Yeah. yeah, go way through series 1 now. I mean, of course, there are lots of photos of this this Dalek which are pretty iconic and pretty familiar as well. Like particularly when we get to the photos of the Dalek in its chains and stuff. Yeah, those are pretty iconic, and that as well of Chris with his gun, and the weird line down his jumper, which I never noticed until I got the figure of it. Hold on, what's that thing in there? That's a Rose promo pic. Let's say that's my Rose folder. Let's see what comes up next. Oh, I got the series 2 trailer. Yeah, I got you. We've got some chat about the Bronze Daleks as well. Yeah. I mean, I think it is sort of... That's quite an iconic photo. I think it is a truth universally acknowledged, really, that these Daleks... Here we go, you see. These Bronze Daleks were pretty much at their best in Series 1. You know? Like, Parting of the Ways... I think they only had about 3 Dalek props, but they obviously duplicated them to make them look like loads. Like, there's that fantastic shot near the end of Parting of the Ways where all the Daleks, like, sort of crowd round Christopher Eccleston. Brilliant shot. Brilliant shot. And yeah, it just looks amazing. And they haven't really... I mean, they were good in Eve of the Daleks, to be fair. They look pretty good. That is a shot which you are bound to see in books and magazines and stuff. Classic Adam shot there. And then yeah, we're getting onto these ones of the Daleks that are breaking free. Do you know in the midnight pre-credits scene they forgot to edit out the green screen? Oh yeah, I think I noticed that when I watched it recently. So that's the shot, isn't it, of of David Tennant on the phone to Donna saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. I'm going on this cruise ship thing, bus, whatever it's called. What could possibly go wrong?" And yeah, there's like a green screen window or something behind him, isn't there? Something like that. And they forgot to edit it out. That is funny. But yeah, you know, again, it's one of those things that yeah, that I didn't notice originally, and then did later down the line, really. Cliptic, apologies if I've pronounced that wrong, whatever. Was this Dalek a drone? Because it had a different colour to the other ones that came after it. I think it's sort of meant to be... It's meant to be the same as the other Bronze Daleks, to be honest. But you're right that it did have the gold band, like this bit, the sort of the rim on the midsection. Yeah, that was different, and possibly the slats as well. I can't quite remember. I'm not a massive expert on that sort of stuff. Like, to be honest, I only realised that fairly recently. Yes, Series 4 as well. The Doctor's daughter, yes. Very, 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 very right, very correct. Yeah, if you look at the end of the Doctor's daughter, there is a shot where they forgot to edit out the lights. In fact, you know, I don't think if I do this it would get copyrighted. Oh, hang on, that's not the right thing. Damn it. Just to just to relive this moment.
They were trying to kill us. But they've got my friend.
Oops. But I've got my friend. Now, whereabouts? Hold on, where is it? It's before she has this thing. Is it the beginning of the end of this episode? And the Doctor's daughter, yeah. Oh yeah, this bit. Yes, there we go. Oh, it's brilliant. It's classic. There we have the big old light there in the top left corner, and then your midnighty one. That is fun fact actually. That spa is the same place they filmed like most of Arachnids in the UK. It's the same hotel they used, and there's one shot where like they're gathering anti-spider gear, and it's basically like Jodie running across this pool area to the side of it. Now, where is the shot?
All right.
Taking a big space.
No, it's not that one, is it? Oh, maybe it's the wide shot. Is it the wide shot? Oh, it's not that one, is it?
Say that to all girls.
No, it's not that one. It's one of these shots where there's a bit of green screen behind him. But I do not want to get copyright claimed or anything, so I'm going to be careful. It's not that one either, is it? Which one is it?
All right.
Taking a big.
I can't quite remember. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. A big chunk of green. There we go. You know, I don't think that will get copyrighted because it was only a tiny bit, and I was very careful. Matt Smith's script on the TARDIS console in Day of the Doctor 2, yes. Yeah, you're very welcome. You can't unsee it, you're very welcome. You're very welcome for that. You are very welcome. Yeah. I don't think there have been any things like quite as bad as that in recent episodes. I know there are some bits where people say the ADR is really bad in Jodie Whittaker episodes. To be honest, it's not something I've got an ear for. Like, if you pointed it out to me, I'll probably be able to notice it. See, that's cool as well, like old colours. I don't know if that was... Presumably that they never planned to do it in those colours, but that's really cool. The mechanism of the opening Dalek. It's really cool. Nick Briggs. His very first episode. Yeah, we've got some chat about the Paradigm. The Paradigm were great, you know, even better in metallic. I was thinking about the Paradigm the other day, and I think, well, I hope that one day they pull a stunt on this, like how they done with Kate Stewart coming back, where she just randomly appeared in the Next Time trailer. Imagine if they did that, but with the Paradigm Daleks. So you get your Next Time trailer for the next episode, and there's a Paradigm Dalek right at the end. It would send shockwaves, you know. It would be cool. I think people genuinely would be happy to see them again, to be honest. You know, similar things like the Mondasian Cybermen. You know, they came back. I think the time will come when you know, we can bring them back for like nostalgia reasons, to have them back. Yeah, so I never say never. I think that'd be pretty cool. Have them in the 60th. You know, that'd be cool. Or you know, a multi-Doctor anniversary special, whatever. Just have them back. Because yeah, they were. Like again, I was saying how the Matt Smith Sonic is like the Sonic of my childhood. They were the Daleks of my childhood, to be honest. Like for a certain part of my childhood, like sure the Bronze guys reign supreme ultimately. But I remember when they brought out the figures of those guys. I remember when they're on all the promotional stuff, like your pencil cases and your notepads and just magazines and everywhere. You know, for like a year until they decided to drop them. The Paradigm Daleks were everywhere, you know, and like, you know, Doctor Experience and on your all your promotional, like, you know, your leaflets and everything, your posters, they were the Daleks. I'm very nostalgic about them. Yes, yeah, well, quite right too. I mean, this is what I'm saying, you know, I think there will come a point where there is enough nostalgia about them to justify bringing them back. There's still a story that was never told with them, never used. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, there are so many stories. Like, they could do stories about them. They could make it work. You know, it would not take a great deal of effort to make that work. Or they could just like literally not explain it and just have a spaceship of paradigms show up, you know. It would be cool. I'm not quite sure how many more of these there are to go, but we are well. There we go. Speak too soon. So done all those Dalek ones now, and then off stream I've done Child Doctor Dancers, Boomtown, and the finale. So I think it is just Long Game and Father's Day. Then once I've done those two, I'll have all of the Series 1 promo pics in my own personal collection, which is great. Great to see. So, Long Game. Chris back in his green jumper with the weird line down the middle. Crack, we've still got like 26 people watching. This is great. Please do leave a like if you haven't already and you're enjoying this, and I will keep on banging on about Patreon as well, just in case there's anybody that would like to support me on Patreon. £1.50 a month. It's there, link in the description. You get your name at the end of every video or read out in live streams or whatever. There's Simon Pegg. Yeah, it's a thing. It exists. It's brand new. Go and take a look if it takes your fancy. Just want to slap him. What, Simon Pegg? What, the editor? Yeah, he was a good villain. See, that is another of those pictures that got everywhere of the Ninth Doctor there. In fact, once I've copied all these photos across to my personal archive, I'd like to do like a massive collage of like all the most iconic ones. Just jog some memories and to post on Twitter and to see what happens, you know. I've had a comment during this stream. Oh, has it disappeared? I think it's disappeared. Maybe someone released it. On the David Tennant video. Yeah. Oh, my computer's gone into dark mode. We've been going for 2 hours now, exactly. And we've still got, like, what? 25 people? 39 likes? This is good. This is good. Going very well. Great to have you all here, you know? Great to have people still watching this. In fact, I know that, like, someone asked me earlier about someone asked me about what time I usually stream. Like, genuinely, if there is any preference for day of the week or time of day to stream, do let me know in the chats, because like, I know I did a little stream midweek this week, like in the afternoon, and with the best one in the world, I don't think it got that much reach, just maybe because of the time of day or time of week or whatever. But yeah, if there is like a prime time for people wanting to watch this kind of stuff, and obviously it's in everybody's interest for me to do them at that time. So yeah, let me know. User. Someone called User has entered the chat. Hello. User, nice to have you here. We've got some chat about the RTD era looking a bit dated. I mean, yeah, it does. But we love it. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like, it's just weird. I mean, like, obviously when all of us watched this stuff as kids, you know, we didn't think anything of. We didn't think it looks dated then, because it wasn't. It was fresh. I guess it's just like the way production values and stuff have changed, really. You know, and like everything being HD these days, and the sort of the slicker look to it and stuff. Good old Anna Maxwell Martin there. I think she'd be a good doctor, actually. I don't know if her name's come up before, but yeah. Yeah, she's got the range that she could do it. Probably too big a name, to be honest, by now, but yeah, like, it's a weird one to revisit Series 1. Well, even without the two problematic cast members. I feel like you do have to get into the mindset now a bit more, like, to expect lower production values and stuff. Well, not lower production value, but like to expect it to not look as slick as something from 2022, say. And that's purely because of the way attitudes have changed and stuff. Because we're just used to slicker looking stuff, not better stuff, but slicker looking stuff. Doesn't mean the story's bad or anything. But yeah, you do have to be in that mindset, I feel. Like, similarly, you know, if you're going to watch a black and white story, you have to be in that mindset for it. I'm just reading the chat, sorry. We've got some people saying it's 7 o'clock, Saturday or Sunday, because the Doctor Who days. 2-hour long streams would be cool. Yeah, okay, Sunday. Yeah, I feel this Sunday slot works pretty well, to be honest. Like, when Doctor Who's not on, and to be honest, it might not be on a Sunday again when it comes back. But yeah, sorry, left with a shot of Adam. Sorry. Yeah, no. Google Plex Flex, you are very right that they didn't use HD until Planet of the Dead, and then, you know, for that reason we can't blame the fact that it's not HD. You know, we can't bemoan that. I mean, we can bemoan the fact that the BBC execs and stuff didn't sort of provide the funding for HD stuff earlier on. It's a shame, but then again, I guess because I think the reasoning was that it was too effects intensive, and to have done it as HD from the start of the revival would have just cost far too much. It's a shame, but what can you do? What can you do? And like, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect the story. You know, it just means that to watch it, you have to be in that frame of mind. Like, I'm not watching a 2022 Netflix drama or something. I'm watching something from 2005, you know. And that's just what happens with, you know, as time moves on. It's just what happens, right, isn't it? Why is that in the long game folder? That's going to go in the Dalek folder, I think. Hold on. So where are we for that one? 44. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. It does look nostalgic. Yeah, the standard definition thing. There we go. I mean, like I say, it's like the black and white thing. You know, it's part of the. It makes it of its time. It doesn't make it bad. It just makes it sort of its time. It's sort of like, you know, it is very 2005. You know, that's what you can say, really. Hold on, no, I don't think I've already done this, have I? No, I think this is the last episode that I've got to do from Series 1, and then I'll have all the photos in a folder somewhere. You should do a stream where you play with your toys, voice them, except we make the story, and we can have childish nostalgia look like Pratt's. It'll be lots of fun. I mean, okay. I'm not necessarily against that. I'll take any suggestions, to be honest, really. Oh no, I have done this episode already, so I've got all of them. We can take a brief look through them. There's not much to see actually from Father's Day. Cool, I've done all of them now. So I've got all of the Christopher Eccleston stuff in a Series 1 folder. It is 350 megabytes. We should probably do at least one David Tennant one because I sort of promised that on the thumbnail. Let's do Christmas Invasion, at least. Yeah, and I'm agreeing with all the stuff that's in the chat, just glancing at it quickly. Yeah, what can you do? What can you do? So yeah, obviously moving into the next era now, David Tennant. I've got a suggestion, yes, I know, I just mean any other suggestions. But yeah. This is a cool stream. I think this is one of my most popular streams, which is kind of mad because it's been so random, but I don't know, something worked. But yeah, please leave a like if you haven't already. Let's see how high we can get that like counts, and keep it counting in the chat. Really, that's all I can ask for. Just you know. Oh yeah, I've always deemed Christmas Invasion part of Series 1. I think for me it's just so ingrained, you know, that it was on the Series 2 box set. But I do get you. Like, it was part of the same. Well, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the same production block, was it? But well, it came out the same year, and you know, there are arguments either way. I mean, I think I personally would be against saying it's Series 1 just because it is a different Doctor. But it does share quite a lot of stylistic similarities with Series 1. With the look of it and the feel of it. Comparing, for instance, you know, your pilot fish in your Robot Santas in this, comparing that to how they appear in Runaway Bride, it's a different style, isn't it? So yeah, it does occupy that strange sort of space, really. Love the TARDIS with a wreath. I agree, Pips Productions. It's very nice, isn't it? I mean, they're weird, these dudes, aren't they? I always thought they looked weird. I always thought these guys looked dated. Talking things that look dated from this era. Even when I saw photos of these guys, I thought they look like they stepped out of the Victorian century, you know, the Victorian times, Victorian era. Whereas, yeah, your revised Robot Santas for Runaway Bride are, I mean, yeah, their league's better ultimately. Although these do have a certain creepiness to them, like the old style masks. But I'm not sure it sort of comes across on screen. They just look, well, I don't know. Maybe in certain photos, that's not it's not too bad, but they do have a tendency to look a bit naff, you know, those masks and stuff. Scared me there. We are getting Evil Dan references in the chat. I love it. Oh, true. Yeah, the figures were labelled Series 1, weren't they? Yeah, that's a weird one. And you got like yeah, like in the Toys R Us pack, you got a Sycorax in the Series 1 Toys R Us pack. So oh, you've got a you have got the Santa Robot pin badge, yeah, from the Advent calendar. Very, very nice. Some weird stuff in the chat going on. Celebrate. Have you watched the little mini episode that was set between The Parting of the Ways and Christmas Invasion? Yes, I have. I watched it a couple of times. It's a weird one because Billie Piper's hair looks totally different to like either of the two stories, either end. In fact, let me get this right. There was something, wasn't there? Now, what was it about Billie Piper's hair? Is it that she had it cut by this time this went before the cameras and had to have extensions? Is she wearing extensions in Christmas Invasion? I'm sure there's something weird like that. In fact, yes, she must be, because this was shot at the same time as School Reunion, I think, wasn't it? Or thereabouts. I think. And obviously she had... Well, obviously, in all of Series 2, she had shorter hair. I think that's what it was. All of your pins are on your Season 16 scarf. Lovely. I've seen people do, like, display pin badges on notice boards and things. It's cool to have a way of displaying them. When you're not wearing them, obviously. Yeah, no, it's a weird one, that little mini-sode thing. Oops. Quickly moving on. We've got some mad Evil Dan impressions going on in the chat. Still 25 people watching this. Ollie Linklater, hello, friends, or should I say plain thieves? Haha. We're currently on the Christmas Invasion promo pics, just going through them, you know. I'm just chatting about all sorts. Yeah, with the Sycorax, I think it was really cool how they did this thing of having hiding the fact that there was a mask underneath the mask. You know, like having the fact that the face wasn't the face; it was a mask. That's cool. I'd like it if it did something like that again, because, like, you know, with the prosthetic, or mask, whatever, you never quite know what's underneath. And like, there have been instances in the past, like, oh gosh, I don't know, like something like, it's not a great example, but say the Sniper Bots or the Kablam Men from the current era, where, like, obviously in real life it's a guy wearing a mask. Like, you take the mask off and it's a human face behind the mask. But in the show, like, what's behind that? That's an iconic photo, isn't it? Like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be cool if they could play with that idea a bit more. Or like with the robot Santas in Runaway Bride, where they take off the mask and there's a whole other mask underneath. In fact, they do that twice in a row, don't they? They do it with the Sycorax, then with those guys. It's a really good trick to do that, and I feel they should do that again. Like, you know, introduce a monster who's wearing a mask and then has another mask. They take the mask off and they have another mask underneath, and it's like, you know, we've got some big shouty stuff from the this dude, Sycorax dude. Yeah, and a lot of the photos of this guy were sort of all over the place back in the day. Only sticker books and stuff, you know. So it's good to make a record of these for myself. Some of the extras from this scene, episode rather. And that's the end of it, I think. That's the end of Christmas Invasion. So how many more of these should we do? We've been going for like 2.25 hours now. I think we will. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll leave the Series 2 stuff for another stream, I think. Because this has been good fun and I want to be able to do it again and not just burn everything out in one go. We'll quickly do these ones though. These the general photos, and then we'll do the episode specific ones like next week or something. And then bring it to an end really. Yes, these are weird. Like the effect they did on these, where it's like motion blur, and it just looks bizarre. Like every photo of these two from this series looks odd, which is a shame. But what can you do, really? Well, it'd be good to, because obviously in real life the motion blur thing was added afterwards. It'd be cool to get the original versions of these images. That'd be cool. Apologies, I was checking Twitter there. Yeah, so we'll just get through these really. It's like though, just trying to jump out the screen. Love. Oh, we're getting requests for Love and Monsters. Look, we'll do Love and Monsters next time, but it's waiting there. There are some, I have to say, there are some spectacular photos of the Absorbloff waiting for us. Like, there's that one. Was it all of them already? Crikey, that's not very many. Oh no. Oh, hang on. Oh no, there are more. I made a mistake. I think I've missed. How many have I missed? I think I missed that one. Yeah, that like there's the classic photo of the Absorbloff that was absolutely everywhere. Crumbs. And then there are some other ones which I only discovered more recently. Which yeah, they exist. I'm very confused by the chat. I'm just gonna focus on the promo pics instead. Like something has happened. Something weird is going on. I feel like the chat has been hacked. The chat has just yes. Oh dear. Yeah, these are the casting announcement or whatever it was, or it was like when they started filming Christmas Invasion, wasn't it? I mean, what can I say? This never happened to me on a stream before in the chat. I've never ever had people spamming my chat, so you know, it's a first. It's a first. What else can you say? Go on, let's just do one more episode. Let's do New Earth. Then we'll have to call it a day. We'll call it a day like past. And save the rest for next time, including the episode which everybody now is very familiar with because of the chat. I forgot that was that. Right. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, we never went to the website, did we? We never went to the website. Oh my god. Yeah, we were going to go onto the official website and look at how rubbish it was. Let's just quickly do that. So they don't update this much anymore. This is still very confusing. What was this all about? I still don't know what this was about. Very odd. But the latest news page, the latest news, the most recent post is about Jacob Anderson, about as Vinder, the announcement. The 25th of July, that is the most recent article. So you've not even got the announcement of Jodie leaving on this website. Nothing about Flux. All the like side bits are about Series 10 and like Series 11. The character guide has not been updated since Series 11. The monster guide has not been updated since Series 11. I mean, it's sad, really, because these used to be quite good back in the day. I mean, as for fun and games, there's nothing there anymore, really. Galleries. Oh, crikey, they actually haven't... There's no Flux stuff on here. It's literally... I did not realise this. Do they have any clips from Flux? Hold on. What? They've posted a couple of behind the scenes videos. Posted the trailer. And that's it from Flux. And then for some reason the Series 11 trailer is top of the list. Obviously they've got the episodes on there as well. Wow, that is even worse than I thought it would be. I mean, yeah, Jacob Anderson website. Yeah, like, to be fair then, this website is a lot better. And this is clearly where they're like focusing all their efforts these days. I think it's Luke Spillane and his team that do this. So you get all your merchandise, you know, announcements and news and stuff like Scene 22, targets. They did the great stuff in lockdown, staying in the TARDIS. Yeah, to be fair, they do update this. We're like affiliate links to Amazon. But yeah, they you know, it's good. Town Victorious. Stories updated up to Legend of the Sea Devils, which is fantastic. But the premiere date's not correct. But anyway, never mind. Oh, and they've actually got like the guest stars in as well. Some of the guest stars. I did not know that. But then yeah, like on the characters page, like this was really great when they updated this. Just a shame that they haven't updated it since for like Dan. He doesn't have his own thing, and like the Flux monsters don't have their own thing. Staying in TARDIS. Games 13. Where to watch the Daleks. Yes, yeah, gotta give it to them. It's pretty good, that. Just a shame about the other website, but like people say, I don't think anyone actually uses it, to be honest. So I guess in that respect, you're not really missing much. There's Catherine again. So let's just finish off with these. And then we will call it a day. We've still got 23 people watching this. It's kind of mad to me that we've got 23 people watching this. Please do leave a like if you haven't already. It'd be really cool to just, you know, everybody that's currently watching, if you could just leave a like, that'd be nice. Just so we can get the maximum number possible, really. No release date for Legend of the Sea Devils, no. Probably like Easter Saturday, to be honest. I don't think they're going to broadcast it on Easter Sunday itself. And there's some pictures coming up. Well, first of all, it's always really weird to see Billy in that outfit with her hair differently. But there are some pictures. Well, that's one of them, actually. That's quite an iconic photo. then there are some of David in that, like that one. That's one that you'd see everywhere. And he's in the that was in the bar they go to at the end where they meet Cassandra before she got skinned. That's a nice photo, in pretty good quality as well actually. Face of bone there, it's quite nice. If you leave a like, do we join your free gift card giveaway? You certainly do, yeah. The giveaway for my my thanks. That's what you win. If you leave a like, you can get a can of soup, if only. Again, that's a pretty iconic one. That was doing the rounds back in the day. Yeah, people are saying one of the cats was played by Martha's mum. Fun times. The series 2 promo pics are wholesome / okay. They were good, the series 2 ones, yeah. And like someone was saying earlier in the chat, I think series 2 and 1 do have a sort of slightly distinct look. Like out of all, like compared to all the other ones, seasons afterwards, series 1 and 2 are pretty similar in terms of style and tone and stuff. But then again, they do also have that sort of distinct. I don't know my hands. Distinct look to them as well. Yeah. Nobody needs soup more than me. I can't do the voice. I can't do it. Right. We'll get to the end of New Earth. Of me copying these across to my my big archive of promo pics. And crikey. And then we'll call it a day until the next one. Maybe this time next week. We'll see how we go. Because it seems to work for people this time, which is good. These are cool photos of Tennant. I haven't seen these before, I don't think. The chat has just gone completely balmy. That's cool as well with them out folks in the background. I am just I am totally out of touch with. I'm just not even gonna, look at the chat anymore. But yeah, I hope the oh god, hope the 22 of you that are still here are enjoying it and have enjoyed it. Again, that is a pretty iconic one of, is that Novice Haim, I think? And Rose doing her thing. Doing something else there. Big Duke of Manhattan, or whatever he's called. I mean, it's just a new experience for me having people actually committed enough to spamming my live stream chats. It's never happened before, so it's wild. But there we go. Ah, the white dude. So I must have been about 46 of these now. I must be nearing the end. We've been going for 2.5 hours. This is officially my longest ever stream. Oh God, the wide is sorry. How are there 25 people still watching this? I'm sorry, this is mad. It's absolutely bonkers. This has been the most bonkers stream I've ever done. Right, I'm leaving you with that. So, thank you for watching this, whatever this has been. Yeah, 24 of you are still here. God knows why. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you haven't already. Please support me on Patreon if you are in a position to do so. Oh God. And yeah, become a channel member if that floats your boat. Just, I don't know, follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Just do the things, really. That's all I can say now. It's just mad. This stream, you know, the way it started as as like a promo pic based thing. It's been on so many tangents, and I don't even know now what's going on in the chat. It's bonkers. So I guess really all that's left to say is ha-hoo, ha-ho, whatever it is. Right, bye. I'm leaving. You've got your ha-hoo. This is mad, absolutely mad. Right, like, subscribe, share, and I'll leave you with Catherine.